Yeah.
I have no idea what's happening here. Right, which is kind of cool. But we'll go out and play some Frisbee. King, you want to go play some Frisbee? Let's go do it. Let's go. Oh, wait. Let's do this officially. Let's do it officially. Boom. So King and I are going to go do some flat work. Let's go, handsome. Come on, Superman. King. Right, this here versus this. You can see him shift. Come on. Right? You can see him shift each time. And that shift is, it might be the thing that is necessary for you to get your dog to flip. Yes, good man. Ouse. Ouse. Yes. Kind of cool. But we'll go out and play some Frisbee. King, you want to go play some Frisbee? Let's go do it. Let's go. Oh, wait. Let's do this officially. Let's do it officially. Boom. So King and I are going to go do some flat work. Let's go, handsome. Come on, Superman. King. Right, this here versus this. You can see him shift. Come on, right? You can see him shift each time. And that shift is, It might be the thing that is necessary for you to get your dog to flip. Yes, good man. Ouse. Ouse. Yes. Well, that is certainly. No idea what's happening here. Can you guys hear me? Give me a good man or something if you can hear me. Have no idea what the hell happened there. Yeah, hang on.
Perhaps you think you're being treated.
Can you hear that? Check 2, I got this. All right. I don't know, I'm just going to proceed as if you guys can hear me. So, what's going on? I hope you're doing all right. Sorry about the terrible audio intro. That really sucked. It is Throwing Thursday. And we're going to see what happens here. Awesome. Is the audio okay? Is there a time gap? I might have to shut down and restart here, man. Am I good? Yeah? Pisses me off. Okay. Hopefully it's just you. So, welcome to the show. It's Throwing Thursday. I got some discs here. I don't really know what I'm going to do, but we'll get her rolling. Hang on. Oh, that might have something to do with it. That does have something to do with it. 8 hands form. Maybe. Maybe. So did that clean up the audio? It's good? All right. Don't shine me on. Don't tell me it's fucking good if it's not good. And gosh darn it. If I swear in the first like 10 or 15 minutes of the stream, YouTube will deboost. Not like anybody sees it anyway. Anyway. I'd have to look into, I'll have to get on the DiscDogDojo and recall my 8 hands form. Now I'm clear? All right. Yeah, I had the stream in the background and the system audio was playing. So I was doubling up on the bandwidth and it was kicking out the audio from the replay. So that was kind of a bummer. But I think we're all set now. All right, so 8 hands form. You're really asking for a lot, Sage Paw. You want me to work, huh? Old man's got to work. Let me see. 8 hands. See if I can find it real quick. It might be the X hands form too. I'll have to check that out. It's a tough one. It's got I think it's got a ninja bounce, a push air bounce. Let's see. So how are you guys doing tonight? John, you got, I don't know, I've been thinking about a business name for the farm. I don't know. Let me see. Yep, 8 and 12 hands form. I'll have it here in just a second. It's a good one. I actually thought about that. I actually thought about doing that, Sage Bob, but it's challenging, right? They're not easy throws, and it's kind of physically challenging too. But that's cool. We'll give it a shot. 8 hands form. So that is the yellow belt. The yellow belt X hands form. Here's a link to the X hands form for you guys. All right. Let me see here. It's interesting though, the video doesn't seem to be in there. It should be there. I'll have the dogs in here in a few. Everybody just ate a little bit ago. And I'd rather not have Cupcake running around like a crazy lady. Oh, that's weird. All of my... Huh. Let me see. So I might lag a little bit. Hey, what's up? Super cool. Greets from Colombia. Stick around. I'm gonna I don't know if this will translate cross, but I'm gonna show my ass here. I'm gonna do some throwing that is a little difficult for me. And grr. And I might lag a little bit here. Let me see. Do I have the X hands handy? X hands. I cleaned up my computer. Pretty awesome. You might hear the ad here. Oh, here, we can just play this. We'll just play this instead. I think, maybe. Grr, grr. Where are we at? We're on Oops, I Can't Reach It. Here, let me see if I can play this a little more. Let me see here. You guys can hear that, I think, right?
You got host. There are only 2.
Didn't make it out.
Hey.
Oh, fucking funny.
Cupcake, I can't reach it.
Epic zip.
Zip. What? Oh my gosh. Cupcake, I can't reach it. Yeah. Whoa, look at it. Zip. Yes.
Frisbee is about the stuff between the tricks, right? You have 36 tricks in a freestyle routine, maybe, if you're lucky. It's a lot of tricks, right? So 36, 32, 36, right? That's pretty packed freestyle routine. Each trick takes anywhere from half a second to 1.5 seconds, right? The actual trick, yeah? So what are you doing for the other minute 30, minute 45, right? All the stuff happens between the tricks.
Go, go, go.
Through and flip.
Good. Ouse. Go, go, go. Ouse. Yes, ouse. Up, up, up. Ouse. There. Yes. Good. Ouse. Through.
It's awesome. Now we are on to the intro.
Yes.
All right, wait for it, wait for it. We'll just pretend all that shit didn't happen.
Go, go.
Through and flip.
Good. Ouse. Go, go, go. Ouse. Yes, ouse. Up, up, up. Ouse. Good. Right there. Yes, good.
Do it, Epi.
Good.
He's got pretty good penmanship. He's got pretty good penmanship.
Yes. Badass.
All right, see? Did all this new stuff, had some trouble. Welcome to the show. Look at that. Like we just did it right? Right. So, here we go. I'll just let that play. I'll turn it down a little bit. So SagePaw wanted to see the 8 hands form. 8 hands form is the yellow belt throwing form. It's 2 clockwise spins. You know, I frickin' got bit by something. Hang on, got bit by something or got a sliver. You'll have to give me a second. So the 8 hands form is the yellow belt throwing form from DiscDogDojo. Shared the link. Yeah, can you guys see that? I got a freaking sliver and it freaking really hurts. I either got a sliver or I got bit by something. Well, hopefully it doesn't hurt too much. I am throwing left-handed here though. All right, so maybe. I hope not. That would suck if my thumb like blew up, right? All right, so 8 hands form. 4 hands form is backhand, sidearm, push, overhand wrist flip, right? Yeah, right. And then the 8 hands form, that one's set for you. You kind of have to do that. Those are the 4 basic throws, and you really need base level competence with them. My 8 hands form is a push air bounce, a flamingo throw, a left-handed air bounce, and a magic sidearm. So let me add the other camera. I want to do. See how that works. You guys can see me, right? Yep. All right. Yeah, you guys will see the trick though. All right. So I'm going to do this slow to start because it's not very easy. So we have push air bounce, and that'll go to 2. Push air bounce, boom, right? And then flamingo to 1. Left-handed air bounce to 1. Is that right? No. Oh, it's just a regular. Oh, it's a regular air bounce. Shit, hang on. This is easy. This is easy. This is easy. All right. So push air bounce to flamingo. Push air bounce to 2. Flamingo to 1. Air bounce to 2. Magic sidearm to 1. And that's that. That is the move. So that's my 8 hands form. And right now, what I am concerned with, the only thing I'm concerned with for the most part, is keeping my discs out of the dog piss that fucking Grasshopper made right there. And also getting my load and everything together. So let me take care of this. Asshole. Asshole. Boy dogs. Boy dogs and girl dogs in season. You guys get to see my real job, which is cleaning up after dogs. All right. Let me see. I think I only have 5 here now, right? That's what happens when you throw them. Who the hell knows where? Did anybody see where? Oh, in the box. Nice. All right. So I'm going to work on this, and it's challenging. I haven't done it in a really long time, right? So push air bounce. Boom. Boom, right? Flamingo. Boom. Air bounce. Boom. And then magic sidearm. Right? So here we go. Push air bounce to 2. Flamingo to 1. Air bounce to 2. Magic sidearm to 1. Woo, yeah! Yeah! And I'm just going to make the throw with the 4 throws. I could finish off with the push air bounce to flamingo, but I'm old and it's hard, so I'm gonna punt on that one, right? So again, I'm gonna try and clean up my load because I'm struggling with how to load, and I'm gonna try and clean up the transitions between and try and make them smooth. Right now I'm throwing them kind of in flow, right? In the video link that I posted, I'm throwing them 2 epi in a zigzag, right? And that move in the zigzag, there's a shit ton of time. But I still want to have my load and everything taken care of. Push air bounce to 2, boom. Pow to 1. Air bounce to 2. Magic sidearm to 1. Yeah. And it's a bummer that you guys get to see the magic sidearm, right? I'm pretty sure that camera is set up when you do this move. If I do it this way, you guys get to see me make the throw, right? If I do it this way, though, here, boom, Hadouken! Right? You don't get to see it. And I can make it look like, from this camera over here, the one that I just pointed at, it will look like it comes out of nowhere, right? And that's the magic sidearm. So, do a couple more. 4 sage paw. I'll tell you, I'm going to pay for this sage paw. I'm going to pay for it. Push air bounce to 2. Flamingo to 1. Air bounce to 2. Magic sidearm to 1. Yeah. So the magic sidearm, I don't have any look at all on the target. I'm guessing, right? Probably important that get tighter and tighter, but it's completely blind toss. Here we go, a couple more. Get your shit together, Ron. Grab it right to start. Push air bounce to 2. Flamingo to 1. Air bounce to 2. Magic sidearm to 1. Woo. I'll tell you, the flamingo throw, I'll teach you guys how to throw that if you want. It's pretty rough making that push air bounce and then reaching around for that flamingo. It's kind of rough. My shin, the outside of my shin, it's not the gastroc, I don't know what that one is. That muscle out there is, it's not very happy right now. Push air bounce to 2. Boom. Whoops. Flamingo to 1. Watch out. Air bounce to 2. Magic sidearm to 1. Come on, Ron. That flamingo was close, eh? Probably should go look for it in the yard, right? Couple more tries. Couple more tries. I'll put that one on top because that's a shitty disc. You'll notice that I grabbed the fucking wrong way again. Gotta get that right. As a matter of fact, I'll start without it in my hand. So I'll load to here, push air bounce to 2, boom to 1, air bounce to 2, magic sidearm to 1. Not bad, not bad. Again, my focus here, not so much on putting it in the hole, although I would really like to get it in there. You know, that's always huge. It's a big deal. But more importantly, I want to get this stuff together, right? I want to go boom, pow, shit, boom, pow, boom, right? All right, one more of those. One more of those, and then I'm going to need a break. Going to need a break. As far as a zigzag goes with this, not at all easy. Completely blind. In a couple of on 2 of the throws, I'm blind to the dog. Dog's got good vision on the throw, so the dog can see the release, but I can't see the dog. And in the video, the DiscDogger Weekly video, I got this really solid, and when I was on the field, it was so much easier because all of this was solid. Like I didn't struggle with it at all. Push air bounce to 2, boom, fuck, to 1, air bounce to 2, magic sidearm to 1. You'll notice that one was out there. Totally cool with that. Right? I'm totally cool with that. Again, I would like to be in the hole. But more important at this point in time than being perfect is clockwise throws go to this side, counterclock throws go to this side. Is that right? No, clockwise throws go to that side, counterclock throws go to that side. When you're doing the flamingo throw and the magic sidearm, you're spinning and twisting and upside down. It's really rough, man. It's really rough to make adjustments. Push air bounce to 2, boom to 1, air bounce to 2, magic sidearm to 1. I'll take it. I'll take it. And I didn't break myself. So that second one that I threw over here, the flamingo, not cool. I would have much rather missed way the hell over here than make the throw in over there and miss on the wrong side. There you go, Sage Paw. 8 hands form for you. All right. Whew. Jeez Louise, that was brutal. That was brutal. Anything you guys want to talk about on that? Yeah, you got it, Sage Paw, and thanks for calling it out. I'm just kidding about being old, and I mean, not kidding about being old, but I actually thought about doing that today, right? It was just kind of a pain in the ass because I didn't know where it was. You calling it out was perfect. I appreciate it. All right. Woohoo. Is Juan Carlos still here? Still hanging out? You got anything? You want to hit on, Juan Carlos? I'll hit on it. I'm cool with that. All right. So, flamingo throw. Pretty easy throw. Well, easier than it looks, right? It's an optical illusion. It's an optical illusion, and I'll give you guys the skills for it. I'll link the instruction from the website as well. Those of you guys who don't know, we run class, and there's a shit ton of stuff on our website. Just use the search bar up top. If I had fast internet, I would search and show you. It just, well, maybe I'll try and search and show you anyway. It's friggin' painful though. Here we go. Share the screen. Go here. Turn that off. We're out in the sticks, and I'm on a cellular modem. Make that bigger, maybe. They'll pop up there with the suggestions, but it'll take forever because the internet's slow. Do 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 do. Yep, there you go. We should have saved that. Would be nice to have that as a, come on. There we go. So you guys got the link there. I'll pop her up. Right. So there's some instruction there. May or may not be better than what I work tonight with you, but we'll see. So flamingo throw is a sidearm throw, and it takes place from your heel, right? The trick on this is to turn your heel to the target. So I'm going to grab the other camera here. Yeah. There you go. That'll work, I think. So. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Make that a little bigger. Come on, computer. Don't be crazy. All right, so we'll do that, and I will turn this that way, ensuring that you guys get a good look. Come on. Come on. Don't do it without being all pokey and jerky. Come on, there you go. All right. There. All right, so the throw is there to the one. Fucking grasshopper, you son of a bitch. Right? So I'm going to turn, and I'm going to turn my heel to the target. Once I have my heel to the target, I reach around here, and there's the throw, right? And that literally is the flamingo throw right there, right? Right there, that's the throw. So I'm gonna reach behind my right leg with my right arm to there. And that is where the throw goes. The further you get down and the more you reach down to your heel, the easier it is to throw because you wind up committed. And while you're up here, so from here, I have to make the throw totally with my hand, right? I can't make that throw. But when I'm diving into it, reaching behind, once I get here, I have all the power in the world, right? Once I lift that leg up there, I have all the power in the world to make the throw. Heel to the target, bang. And that's the flamingo throw. Do I need to show any more on that? I don't think I do, actually, do I? I can talk about it, but I don't think I need to really demo anymore. The key to it, when you're doing this throw, when you're upside down or behind, crooked and backwards, upside down. We have anyone here still? Man, YouTube completely gaslights me all the time. Nobody's here right now. And I don't believe that. I think you guys are still here. And then they'll tell me like how many views I got, and then I'll refresh or come back later in the day. I'll have less views. The concurrent viewers change. Freaking crazy. Anybody still here? All right, you're still here. So, like I said, they're lying to me, man. YouTube is lying to me. I think John's still here too. Do I need to do any more of the physical on that? Otherwise, I can just talk about it, and I think the talking about it is kind of important. When you're upside down, when you're behind the back, when you're spinning, up is down, down is up. You have no clue, right? You don't want to make small changes. You want to make huge changes, right? So if you're throwing it in the dirt, if you're throwing it into the ground, try and throw it as high as you can, right? And when you're throwing in general, you want to make very big corrections. If you're trying to get something accomplished and it isn't working, make a huge correction. Right, so if I want to make a nice, easy hyzer toss to 2, right? Nice, easy hyzer toss, right? And let's say it keeps going straight, and I can't get it to hyzer, right? What I want to do is make sure that I hyzer that shit, right? I want to make a huge correction. That huge correction is... If you can't do it, you need the huge correction, right? Once I get that huge correction, those few that I just threw, I can then make this nice, easy hyzer shot, right? And that is super important when you're upside down, crooked and backwards, behind the back, under the leg, flamingo, flamingitis, magic sidearm, any of those. If you're struggling to get the angle or the trajectory you want, don't try to incrementally get there. Make a huge change to get there. Once you're there, you can then start coming back. It's really important in toss and fetch too. Like if you're always rolling it over and you can't hyzer it and you're struggling, make a huge correction. Make sure you hyzer that. Throw it fucking straight up and down. Make sure it hyzers. Once you've made the correction, you can then come back on it and put it where you want. Super important. So if I were the flamingitis, flamingitis is right hand behind left leg. Oops. Right hand behind left leg, right? And it requires some hyzer to get it to go straight, right? You got to throw it with hyzer right there in order for it to straighten up. And what happens when you go down and do that, when you try and go hyzer, you do that. And it, anytime you're upside down, crooked, and backwards, behind the back, same thing. If I'm going behind the back and I want it to go Anheuser, and I can't get it to go Anheuser, I have to throw that shit Anheuser a couple times. Right? And once I really get that big correction, then I can come back and make a tiny little Anheuser toss. Right? So now I can make this tiny little Anheuser toss, right? Boom, that was Anheuser. Criteria met. Criteria met. Hyzer, Anheuser. And that's super, super important on the flamingitis. Right? Again, the flamingo is right hand behind right leg. Right hand goes behind right leg, heel to the target. On the flamingitis, right hand goes behind the left leg, heel to the target. A pretty cool one. Left-handed flamingitis is not really that difficult. Not nearly as difficult as you would think. Right? Right-handed flamingitis. Get in there. Get in there. All right, a couple more things. 2 discs at once. 2 discs at once. If you want them to stay together, if you want them to stay together, right? You squeeze in the left hand, right? You squeeze in the left hand, and then these two will stack. You grab the stacked end. Now these discs will stay together, maybe 2 and 3, right? If I grab the other side, if I squeeze them and grab the squeeze side, they'll split, right? So if I want to do the flamingo, I'm going to squeeze in my left hand, grab that stacked edge, and then I'm going to reach behind and make that toss. And those discs will stay together. Ish. 2 disc catch. Super, super fun game. If you and I are playing a game of catch, let me get rid of that shitty one. I can stack them and I can throw them to you. And you can make both catches. It's really a fun game. If you're terrible at catching, it's a great way to build your catching skills. Again, you grab you squeeze them in the offhand, you grab the rim, the stacked edge in the right, you make the throw and they stay together. Not very helpful for a disc dog catch. If you want your dog to catch the disc like you're throwing 2 at once and you want the first one, the second one, you hold and put a finger between them, right? and I fan them out, the distance of the fan will change how they split, right? And this one gets thrown there. This one gets thrown there. And they sit on each other, so it's not really funky when you make them together, when you make the throw together. So the yellow one will go low and to the left. The pink one will go up and to the right. So see the orange bag there? I'm going to try and hit the orange bag with the yellow one. I'm going to try and get to 2 with the pink one, but I'll probably get in the middle of the net. And again, this one goes short and left. This one goes further into the right. Try that one more time. Right? And the action of the wrist and that spread that you choose are what's going to dictate how that disc splits. So, flamingitis, throwing 2 discs at once. Got a little bit more on the throwing 2 discs at once for you. Hang on. So, make sure I get different colors. With the split, I can throw a vault toss with the bottom one. I can throw a vault toss with the top one, right? I like to throw my vault tosses with the bottom disc, right? So the yellow one is the one I'm going to throw. I like that. Whenever I'm throwing the one on the bottom, the one that's shaking right now, again, it's between these 2 fingers, right there. And I like to throw that one. I think that works better. Sometimes I throw the top one, but you can't get a lot of spin on the top one, right? If I'm throwing far, I can throw the bottom one and then the top. I don't know. Let's see. I can throw the top one and then the bottom. Oops. I can throw the top one, the pink one, and then the bottom. So there you go. 2 disc tosses. Boom, pow. Ooh, I think I'm gonna show off. I think I am. So fidgets with 2 discs, right? Boom. It's kind of cool. Yeah, dude. Whoops. That one's pretty tough to go back. Yep. All right, any questions on all that shit? Watch out. Yeah, the double catch is super, super fun. Playing catch like that. If you ever watch Andrew and I or Jack and I play catch, we do a lot. Gary and I, holy shit, man, we have a shit ton of fun. Me and Gary play some nasty catch. And playing catch is how you want to learn. The forms are pretty good for getting better at throwing because you can focus on other things. To go out, when you throw, if I were working backhand, right? And I threw to the 2, and then I throw to the 2, and then I throw to the 2, and I throw to the 2, and then I throw to the 2, and then I throw to the 2, right? It makes me feel like I'm getting good practice, right? It's called block practice. And block practice does have its place. It's usually the very, very first thing. Get off me, bug. Get off me, dude. Did you guys see that? Big fucking June bug. The block practice has its time. When you first start throwing, that's okay. Do a little bit of block. As soon as you're competent, As soon as your backhand looks like that, get into the form. You want live practice after that, right? So you want to go backhand, load, sidearm, air bounce, overhand wrist flip, right? As soon as you get the ability to make the throw, put it into a real life situation. It's called random practice. It's a good piece on our site, Block and Random Practice by Train Ugly. You can search for it. As a matter of fact, I'll pull it up here. It's a really awesome video. But with the form, I make the throw here, right? So my dog came across that way and made the catch, right? Now the dog catches, the dog's way out there. Where's my dog at? I turn here for the other side of it. Now my dog is coming. There it is. Boom. Now where's my dog at? Dog's out here after coming that way, right? So I pick him up. Boom. I make the toss here. I switch. Where's my dog at? Dog is coming over here. Bang. I switch. Where's my dog at? Backhand. I switch. Where's my dog at? Boom. Right? That is random practice, and that's going to prepare you for doing it on the field. When I said that I didn't struggle with epi in the 8 hands form when I did the zigzag, it was because of that, right? With the form, you have other things to worry about, right? I make the backhand throw. I'm great with that throw. Oh shit, here comes the sidearm. I always throw a roller. Oh, that wasn't too terribly bad of a roller. Oh shit, I got to do the push throw. I'm terrible at this one too. Oh, that wasn't so bad. Overhand wrist flip. Now I'm on it. Yeah, that's great, right? You have various things to worry about. You have your good throw, then your not so good throw, then your good throw, then your not so good throw, or whatever it is, right? You also have the load, right? Part of the problem with your throwing is that right from the get-go, you're not competent. Or I'm sorry, you're not confident. You're obviously not competent if you don't know how to do it yet, right? But you're not confident in it. Once I make this throw and load and I switch and load, like, I know what I'm doing here. I'm in a good position to be successful. That shit didn't happen. Well, if I only was placing it, that was terrible, right? You see how beautiful it was? It was nice and crisp and clean. It flew awesome. I need to take that. I switch. I make the push throw, right? I switch. Oh, man, I loaded right into that overhand wrist flip. I feel pretty good. I'm going to have a good chance of succeeding, right? So within the 4 hands form, or the X hands forms, you wind up working the intangibles, the things that you don't know that you need to know, the things that you're obviously not going to get good at if you just do one of them, right? And you wind up feeling better, feeling more competent, and you can focus on other things rather than just putting it in the hole. Sidearm air bounce? Sure. Are you talking about an actual air bounce, or are you talking about like throwing it from real low? Are you talking about Kosuke's throw? And I'll wait, because if you're talking about Kosuke's throw, the one that just takes place real low, I do have some advice on that. But yeah, if you could explain that a little more, Julian. that the kind of thing you're talking about? I have an interesting story about this with Jacob, by the way, from Israel. Jacob Gadassi, I think is his last name. Is that the kind of thing you were talking about, Julian? Yeah. So first thing, let me tell you the Jacob story. So we were hanging out, Sahi, Jacob, and I, and he was talking about how amazing the Japanese throw, and they do. They fucking do. Right? But they're throwing out there somewhere. And the dog, like, I'm not saying they're not targeting, but they're not on the spot to hit their dog on the line. They don't read the dog and hit the dog on the line, right? They have the dog stationary, or the dog is in a position, and they throw it, and the dog navigates that, right? So they're not on the hook for putting it in the hole. They can put it in the hole, right? They can totally put it in the hole. But they're not on the hook for reading the dog and understanding where the dog is going, and then on the fly going, oh, wow, it needs to be 12 yards instead of 10, right? It needs to be 12 yards instead of 10, and it needs to be 12 degrees that way, right? Because the dog is coming from out there rather than coming from here. The dog is coming from out there and coming across. Hang on. The dog is coming from out here and coming across. I need to put it right here. The dog is coming from here and coming across. I need to put it out here. Right? So there's this placement depending on how you're playing. If you have a dog, I read my dog's line, and then I hit the line. The zigzag, right? In the zigzag. If you throw it too deep or the dog misses, right? If you throw it too deep or the dog misses, now the zigzag is off center. So instead of it being right here, it's now out there. Now my angle is off. How do I correct for that, right? When I'm throwing to my dogs, I read the line. I establish the line. I front cross. I establish the line. So you're my dog. You're going to the 1, right? I'm going to put it on the 1, right? If you're my dog and you're going to the 1, now I have a different throw to make. You follow me? So Jacob, at the time at least, was working flat work and was establishing lines, okay? And he was talking about how amazing the Japanese throw, and I agree. Right? But they don't have to compute on the fly, right? Because they're not reading the dog's line and hitting the dog's line. They make the throw, the dog goes and gets it, right? So Jacob, we talked about that, and I was like, you throw fucking plenty well. You throw just as good as those guys. You just don't look as cool, you know? And as a judge, I'm putting you at the same level as them, right? Because you're doing the read and the placement, right? You're actually placing it where the dog is going to be, whereas they're throwing it and the dog is going and getting it, right? And even in their zigzag, for the most part, they make the throw early enough and the dog just goes and gets it. And it's a philosophical difference, and it's a different operation, right? So Jacob is reading the dog, has to deliver. And I was telling him that, you know, you're every bit as competent and good as those guys. They're just doing it differently, right? And so the next day, this was at the USCDN, We were out there. And if you were there, 2018, 2017, if you were one of the Colombians that made the trip that time, we were out behind the goalpost, and he was throwing down the line, right? The football line, like the 10-yard line we were on. Or no, we were on the whatever. There was a line, and he was throwing down the line, and he was making that throw, just fucking money, bang, 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 and it was beautiful, right down the line, absolutely perfect, right? And I walked out and I stood on the line and I said, okay, right here. And he threw 3 of them in the dirt. His first 3 throws, the moment he had to read the target or compute the target or change where his target was, they went right in the dirt, right? And I was like, do you see what I'm talking about now? And I don't think he did. I don't think he did, actually. And my point is, with that the random practice, right? Making the throw to the 1, shit. Adjusting, reading the dog, making the throw to the 1, adjusting, reading the dog, making the throw to the 1, adjusting, reading the dog, making the throw to the 1, that is a super critical piece. You have to be good at that. Awesome. Glad you're back. So you have to be good at that, okay? Because as soon as you put the dog in, now you have to read and make a throw. Even if you're throwing it somewhere, you have to kind of go, okay, he's over there, I got to make the throw. When do I make the throw? Where am I throwing it? Is he coming this way or is he coming this way? Is his position 8 yards out? Is his position 15 yards out? Right? If you're always leaving from the side of you, it's no big deal. You can just bang, right? And then that throw, to make that throw the crazy town super awesome throw, is much easier, right? So the first thing that I would recommend, Julian, right? I think, yeah, is to make sure that you practice the read, right? The read is critical. You only have the bandwidth to make the crazy throw if the read is easy. Does that make sense? You follow me? If I'm worried about where my dog is and I struggle with that throw, or that throw is, let's say that throw requires 80% of my attention to do well. And by the way, that's not easy for me to do. I don't make that throw very often, right? So like doing it, I really have to dedicate a lot of mental bandwidth to it. And if I dedicate all that mental bandwidth to it, and then all of a sudden I have to read my dog, I go over threshold. I go over 100% of my bandwidth. And now I don't have enough to make that throw. Right? Yeah. So you want to make sure you're good on that. Right? And the other thing, I think, you want to make, fucking bugs, dude. You want to make, you want to fall into that position. It's not you leaning down. It's, if you throw under the leg at all, you throw under the leg, right? When you throw under the leg, you can't do this. It doesn't work, right? You have to figure out this position that's something like this so you can get under there, right? And that position, super important, something comfortable. I struggled with it initially when I was making it here. And for me, I'm going to fall into this spot over here, right? Pop. And then make that throw. I think Kosuke, I don't remember, I think he might come across here and make it. No, it's definitely the other way, because that retards the snap. But that comfort in that position, really important. I would probably work on, you throw the sidearm under the leg ever? Boom. Ha ha. Boom. Much easier. If I throw it really far, it's much easier because I can throw it with a little hyzer and I just throw it harder. But that position, kind of important. And then it's just real sharp pullback, right? Sharp pullback here. It's a loose wrist, completely loose. Let's see if I can do this. I haven't done this in a long time. Yeah, that's what I didn't want to do on stream. There's a snap that happens. And that's going to happen with a super loose wrist. And if you do that as you're falling or as you hit the bottom, right? As you hit the bottom of the drop, then it'll have that kind of air bounce effect, right? So as I fall here, again, I don't make this throw, so I'm not suggesting I'm a super badass at it. But if I can get to there as I fall, as I hit there, it has this air bounce effect, right? It's just like with the air bounce, I don't push it down, right? I let it fall. And once I fall, as it goes through, that's where it bounces. So my shoulder, my arm, hang on. My arm is not going to go down. My arm is going to stay at the same height, right? So my arm is, I'm going to go from here to there, right? My arm is not going to go down at all, right? I'm not doing this. On the air bounce, I'm not doing that. I'm doing this. It's my body that's falling. See that? Was I outside? Yeah, I think I was outside. It's my body that's falling, not my arm. My body falls from here to there as I'm stroking through, right? I didn't crank it down. You want that first. So you need that sharp smack, that's sharp snap, a weightless, balanced drop, right? And then you want to kind of have it happen like at the same time. There's a rhythm to it, you know, and I can make a great air bounce by driving it down, right? But that's not what does it. What does it is my body dropping from here to here. Right? That's where the air bounce happens. And you got to accomplish that piece as that vicious snap is happening. So that's what I got on that. Good luck, by the way. Nasty throw. Put more time on the read. More time on the read. Do 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 do. But do 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 do. That's a fun one. I like that a lot. I was doing it earlier today. Oh, come on. I got different shoes on. Got new kicks. They're like 5 years old. They were in April's trailer, or in April's RV. All right, what else do we got? Anybody else have any throwing stuff they want? Good throwing Thursday. Getting a workout. Hey, hey. All right, anybody else have anything? All right, I think I am gonna play a piece of video. Do you guys like the Dojo bot video? I got a bunch of stuff that that disappeared when my computer went apeshit. By the way, I cleaned out my computer. It's not running hot anymore. Dumbass. Let's see. I got all my stuff. Why don't I do... Yeah, we'll do date added. Date modified, that's the one I want. All right, so I'm gonna play the X hands form. I'm gonna go through this. Julian, watch this, don't go. Watch this and do this. This is the read. And when we get back in, I'll recap it and tell you a little bit more about that read and let the dog settle in. So let me play this real quick. Where are we at? Put it in features. Boom. Nice. And here we go. How much time do I have? Hey everybody, how's it going? Ron Watson, Positive Vibe, host of DiscDogger Weekly. The other day I worked on the 8 hands form, a creative release throwing form from DiscDogDojo. I'm gonna go ahead and try and put that into a zigzag with Epi. Check it out. 8 hands form, push air bounce, flamingo throw, air bounce, magic sidearm. You ready, Epi? I'm gonna try and do that today with a zigzag. We'll see how it goes. I'm just gonna go ahead and warm up with it. Probably not a good idea for either of us, but here we go. You ready? Makai, catch, boom. Ouse, catch. Good. Ouse, easy, catch. Ouse, catch. Oh, my bad. Ha 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 ha. Right there. And Makai, catch. Yes, good man. Ouse, catch, easy. Good. Ouse, catch, easy. Yes, ouse, catch. Good man. Great work, Epi. So the super awesome thing about the 8 hands form is it makes your zigzag and general sequencing super easy. What I got going on here, I have a lot of time. I can't reach it, Epi. I have a lot of time to get this stuff set up. I'm prepared and ready. All I have to do is read my dog. I don't have to worry about what my grips are doing or anything like that. Mine. I'm gonna go ahead and do the same thing with the 12 hands form. That's the upside down, thumber, staker, overhand wrist flip. It's that one that I really struggle with trying to get my loaded discs together. But I practiced it, and this pace of the zigzag should be much slower. You ready? Makai, catch, boom. Ouse, catch. Yes, good man. Ouse, catch, easy. Yes, good man. Ouse, catch. Oh, get that. What was that? What was that? You should have had that, Epi. So again, super, super simple for me to make these crazy throws in a zigzag if I'm prepared and loaded. I can't reach it. All right, I'm gonna do one more of these. Mine. Yeah, I did not have very much practice on this, by the way. Mackay, catch. Yes, ouse,
Yep.
catch, easy. Yes, good man.
Did not have much
Ouse,
practice
catch.
on these.
Yes, ouse. Oops. Ah.
Being prepared
Yeah, that's it, Epi. That's it. Good man.
with the
Great
load
work.
and the read made that easy.
All right. So those X hands forms working for me, making it super easy for me to get my stuff together on the fly for the zigzag. Whoa, Epi, that was great work. All right, so a little recap on the X hands forms. The 8 hands form, push, air, bounce, flamingo, air, bounce, magic sidearm. Bunch of pretty difficult throws, and it was super easy to do those in the zigzag. I had so much time, and I was competent and confident in like the loading and my presentation, and I had no problem reading the dog whatsoever. It was super easy to pick up my dog and get ready and make that throw. So that worked out super well. The upside down throws, same thing. Normally I'm like, what am I doing with the discs, right? Like trying to do this stuff, and it was just real functional and making it happen. In the last one, we had a couple of nice leaps. So that's what the X hands forms are for. And yeah, they worked. So hope you dug it.
All right. So you probably got an idea. I think I talked about that quite a bit. And like the only reason I was able to do those like at all was because I was competent and prepared, right? Adding the dog before before on those pretty brutal. Don't you dare, Epi. Don't you dare. There's no battle going on between you and Grasshopper. Dude. Thank you. Yeah, there's going to be a battle over there. There's a battle over there on the green curtain too. Grasshopper pisses on that all the time. So anytime he comes in, that's his little spot. So what else do we got? Anybody got anything? Some crazy dogs, that's for sure. Yeah, I had some problems to start. I did some new intro stuff, and I had some feedback and a lack of bandwidth that was kind of a bummer. I'm probably going to do some where is the trigger with the dogs here in a bit. The Play Plus games that I've been working on. I'm gonna try it with a bite with Cupcake, and oh, look at her! Wow, she is so talented. How good is she? Right? She's like, yeah. Hi, Epi. Hi. And Cupcake did "Oops, I Can't Reach It" really well the other day, which was pretty awesome. She's not done that since the video at the beginning. She did "Oops, I Can't Reach It" then, and I was all, oh my God, look how amazing she is. And then I couldn't get her to pick them up. She'd just look at me, all dopey. And so she got that, and that was pretty awesome. She picked up clippers, right? It's a tough one. Nail clippers. "Oops, I Can't Reach It" retrieve on nail clippers. That's a tough one. We have a new ball that's going to be set up, so I'll have a couple balls here. I'll probably be bringing in some jumps to do some stuff over the next couple weeks. Especially, I think I've been fucking up my bite cue for like my whole life, essentially. So since 2008, it's been verbal then physical on everything, at least supposed to. The Japanese would say "don't be aho." I say verbal then physical. I like to be able to do rather than to do not. Do or do not. There is no try. That's here. That's in here. Hang on. Where is it? Come on. No. 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 And you know what? I'm fucking old, guys. I can't see anything anymore. Trying to do my computer was really rough. But it's been verbal physical on everything except my bite, right? And I've stubbornly stuck to it because I've always done it that way. And I was messing around with it today with ShamWow. She's brand new. April, Cupcake Sister. Cupcake Sister, ShamWow. And I recognize that you probably need to do that, verbal and physical, like everything else. So I'm going to try some where's the trigger with that. And what I expect out of that is better collection and more thoughtful collection. And I'm going to try and get a leaping catch, a leaping bite out of it. And we'll see how that goes. But we'll give these guys a few minutes to get settled in. Anybody else have any other throwing stuff? Any other throwing stuff we need to hit on? What you doing, Epi? Yeah, it's a new climb table, huh? It's a new climb table. So this actually, much more like what my life is in the studio, in the dojo here. You know, in most of the streams, they watch me set up and they get like, oh my God, the lights are coming on, the camera clicked on, the beeps have happened in the appropriate fashion and shit like that, right? Oh, where's my... The beeps have happened in the appropriate fashion, right? And so they're on point. And they've been while I get set up, right? Like the hour it takes to get set up before we go. And I'm feeding them. I fed them about 8:30. And they come out and they walk in and it's all set up. And this is what it's like most of the time, right? So, all right, doesn't look like anybody's got anything. So I'm going to set up, where's the trigger with Cupcake? Maybe I'll switch Cupcake and Epi out. And maybe I'll do it with King too. The trigger for a bite is the horizontal placement of the disc, okay? So normally I give my verbal and physical at the same time. Bang, and I pop it out there. And I'm 100% sure that's fucking wrong and has been wrong, and I've been dumb to be stubborn about it. So I'm going to try that, and I'm going to do where's the trigger, and what that's our very first, that's the first game you want to play with your dog. That's how you play with your dog. You give them the verbal. Epi, I can't reach it. That's not a toy. Epi, can't reach it. Thank you. That's great. Go to dog stuff. Where's the trigger sets up a situation, you tell them to do something, and they go, oh my gosh, yeah, what are we doing? When are you doing it? And then you give the physical trigger, and the dog responds. And it sets up novel, consequent opportunity just with when the trigger is. It also sets up, it's called aporia. Aporia is a philosophical term, comes from the Greeks way back in the day, Plato, right? And it's an unanswerable question, or a question that throws you, you know? You can't answer it. You're at an impasse with it. And that idea, it helps understanding a lot of times. I would read it off, but yeah, I'm going to fucking read it off. Yeah. You guys made me do it. You guys made me do it. Give me a second here. I'll read aporia. It's really important, and we want to set up this aporia, right? So that the dog realizes that they can't answer the question until the trigger happened. And I'm gonna go a little further with that and tell you why the trigger is important in just a few moments, right after I read this. I just have to go through a bunch of ChatGPT stuff. Almost there, almost there. 2 lobes enter, 1 lobe leaves. Super funny. I need to get my stuff organized. I have an unbelievable amount of images now. Like an unbelievable amount. Oops, I did need to go back further. Come on. I'm sorry, guys. I should at least be playing some music or something. Ooh, do I have some kooky shit on here too? And you know what? I started... Yeah, where's the trigger? Super important one. Super important for that. It's funny, I can't find it. Gosh darn it. So annoying. I put it somewhere, I think. Okay, so aporia, I can't take the question. That was found. I'm at an impasse. You asked me a really difficult question, I can't answer it. And that breaks loose a bunch of philosophical, and it can really help your understanding. With the dogs, it certainly does. So I tell the dog what to do, and the dog can't do it until the trigger happens, and they have to wait for the trigger. And they're like, whoa, wait, where's that trigger? And if you do that with the dumbest, most boring thing the dog has, it's interesting because the dog is trying to figure out where the trigger is, right? And the reason that it's important is the dog realizes that there is a trigger. The handler realizes that there is a trigger, right? Now, for those of you guys who only have a cue or think you only have a cue, right? It's not true, okay? And you ever see anybody who's like doing obedience, high level obedience or protection work, and the dog starts to go when they say f or s, right? And the dog goes, and it's not okay anymore because we're at this super high level, right? And then they do fire truck, forget about it, foos, and then the dog drops into foos, right? Well, that proofing of the cue is actually telling the dog when the trigger is, right? The handler thinks it's just a cue until the dog starts to go on f or s, and the dog sits. Well, I didn't say sit. I was going to say Samuel, and you sat. That's not okay, right? And when you only have the cue available to you up here, and the dog starts to sit on S, and you go, Samuel, shitbag, right? Or whatever, circus, sit, and then the dog sits, right? They think they're proofing their cue, but they're not. S is not the cue. Sit is the cue, right? But S is the thing that tells the dog what's coming. And then the dog goes, is it going to be sit this time? And then they hear it, and they sit, right? So what I'm saying is that the cue, once it gets super tight to the point where our connection and interaction within the time frame of the cue gets tight enough or precise enough that it matters, all of a sudden we have to have a trigger for that, which is the end of the word, right? And if you set up a trigger beforehand, a cue and a trigger, right? You give the cue and you set up the situation, and the dog runs through it. Okay, I say through, and my legs are together, and the dog says, I can't go through, Ron, and then I open them up, and they go, oh, there, I'm going through, right? And I say through, I can't go through, and then they open, right? And I say through, and then they open, right? And then the dog learns that when I hear through, I think it's going to be the through behavior, and then they open, right? And that sets the dog up to know what's going to happen, plan it, and then react, and then respond to the trigger. If I don't do that, the dog hears through and they go. They just go. They don't even look at, they can't look at the situation, right? They're not trained to, they're not asked to. They actually do, by the way. They actually do, we just don't know it. So anyway, that state of aporia, where is the trigger, super important. I'll figure out how to talk about it better. Epi, come on, handsome. Keep it rolling, keep it rolling. Up, up. Up, up. Yes, chill. Cupcake, yes, good girl. So I'm gonna do, where's the trigger with a hand target? Touch. Yes, good girl. And I'll do the through as well. Dude, do not. Through. Yes, good. Twist. And now she's waiting for that, and now I'm going to confirm at which point in time she's going to respond. Spin. Yes. And Byron, what we were talking about in class, the fakie twist. So, aus, twist, epic, zip. Boom. Shit, I gave her a cookie. Twist. Yes. Twist. Yes. Fakie twist. Yes. First time on a fakie. Go to dog stuff. Ever. First time ever. Right? And the reason she did it is because she wasn't responding to my first action. She knew it was a twist, right? And then I gave her an action that came up here, and she reacted to that action and then completed the twist, right? I told you it would work like that, dude, right? Didn't I, Byron? I said she will do it the first time. She'll do it the first fucking time, and she totally will, right? Because she knew what was happening, and then the situation changed. She responded to the situation with the knowledge that she was twisting. Rather than me trying to teach that whole thing at once or ruin the twist cue, right? That aporia, her moment of impasse, right? She couldn't answer the question. And then something amazing happened. And then she was like, oh shit, I got to remember that question. Right? I did say that. I told you exactly how that shit was going to go down. And I was, before the Aporia stuff, guys, before that, I was pretty sure it would happen. Cupcake's super slick. But Cupcake is super slick because we're doing this stuff, right? Like, she's far more slick than Epi ever was. So what I expect to happen here with the discs, not these, with the discs is something similar, right? I expect not a reflexive jump at the bite. I expect her to hear the bite cue and to think, well, there's nothing to bite yet, Ron. And then I'm going to give the trigger, right? And she's going to respond to the trigger with the knowledge that she's got a bite, right? Rather than her thinking that the bite is going to be down here where it normally is, right? Oh, my camera just died. Rather than it just being down here where it normally is, she's going to be like, I got to bite that, and then it's going to come up here. And then she's going to have the trigger happen and go, oh, that bite is up there. So she has the bandwidth and the time to collect and get up there. All right, you ready? Let me reset. Reset here. Hang on. Close. Are we back? Did it come back on? Epi, zip. That is not okay, dude. Not okay. Don't do that. Ready? Wait, right there. Ready? Oh, what happened? Wait. Ep, zip. Yes, good girl. Ouse. Yes. Epic, zip. So that's not the trigger. That's the trigger. Oh, yeah. And I don't mind that she didn't come after it, right? It's out of position. That moment, this is different than we normally do it, okay? And that moment of her not getting it is fucking cool, dude. It's fine, right? She was surprised by that. If I don't have a conniption and try and change it and change it and change it, ready? Yes, good girl. Ouse. Yes. Ready? Ep, zip. Thank you. Ouse. Ready? Zip. Yes, good girl. Awesome. I was expecting to get a little something better out of that. I'm going to need something to block her. I can try a little jump bump here. I've never done this before, guys. I don't know what's going to happen. I expected something a little different. Mine, back up. Back up. You can do it. Back up. Dude. No, back up. Halt. Ready? Boom. Yes, good girl. Ouse. Ouse. Yes. Back up. Halt. Boom. Yes, good girl. Wow. That was great. Ouse. Wait. Dude. By the way, the dogs, if I just do bite work, I don't think he gets that excited. Back up. No, back up. Can't do anything about it. She's never backed up with discs, so back up. And there's no, whatchamacallit back there. Back up. Go to dog stuff. Back up. Halt. Yes, good girl. Ouse. Wait. Good. Wait. Good. Yes, good girl. I like that. I like it, Cupcake. Ouse. Zip. Ouse. Yes. Dude. Mine. No. Back up. Halt. Back up. Zip. I got nothing for you, sweetheart. I got nothing. You got to do this. I'm sorry. Yes, halt. Boom. Yes, good girl. Go to dog stuff. Ouse. Yes. Ouse. Yes. Twist. Boom. Hoop. Boom. Yes. Through. Zip. Through. Go to dog stuff. So I'm in a little bit of a bind with her with that barking. She's an Aussie and she barks, and I really don't want that. So I have to handle her quickly. Dude, excuse me. No, that's not it. Go. I have to handle her quickly, right? I have to essentially avoid that bark until we get all of our game laid out, at which point in time I can then take away the game as a punisher. So not quite as good as I wanted. She did a great job responding to the trigger, right? I didn't get the good leaping that I wanted, right? I thought I was going to get just magical good leaping, and I have no reason to think that she should do that, other than the fact that she wouldn't be flying at it super hard. You know what I mean? But she was still flying at it super hard. She needs some stuff over a jump with the jump bump and shit like that. I'll be interested to see what happens with King. So I think I'm going to do a couple of flips and stuff with Cupcake. With that, she should be a little sharper on her flips as a result. We'll see. Got a little bit of zip, Epi. Ready? Come on. Wait. Yes, good girl. Ouse. Yes. Oh, wow. Ouse. Yes. Ouse. Yes. Zip, Epi. Yes, good girl. Ouse. Yes. Yes, good girl. Ouse. Yes. Through. Yes. Boom. Yes. Wow, that was great. Yeah, mine. Awesome. Go to dog stuff. Thank you. That was terrific. Good job. Woohoo. Good work, Cupcake. Pretty nasty flips, right? And those flips were a little better. Look at that, dude. How sad is that? I'm like an old man, dude. I get old man skin. I get cut. God, it's sad. Mine. Her flip was much better. Her position, she was more stable, right? Like I said, I have that barking thing, and I have that mauling problem that like, I need to get them all. I need to pick them all up. They're out here. They're doing stuff. No, don't eat the bug. Don't eat the bug. But pretty pleased with that, actually. I think I'm gonna move Epi. Do you guys have anything? Did anybody throw anything here? Yeah. Anybody who has Aussies, like, and we do a good job of that. So I'll talk about that specifically. So Aussies bark, they're drovers, okay? They drive stock. They drive stock with pressure and with their barking. Rah, 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 and the fucking sheep run away. Border Collies head up. They do it with eye, right? They do it with eye. So they get in front of the sheep. And you can't go this way. And then the sheep starts to go that way. And then they're over here and they're like, no, you can't go this way. You need to. And the sheep is like, oh shit, I'll stop. And then the Border Collie drives with eye, right? The Aussie, the cattle dog, drive with pressure. They're drovers, right? Border Collies are gatherers, and Aussies are drovers. And Aussies yap, yap, yap. Cattle dogs bite, bite, bite. Aussies yap, yap, yap. That's what they use to drive the stock. And so they bark a lot, dude. And April only used to have Aussies. We used to have 5 or 6 Aussies at all times. And I remember Christy Sexton Goodman Brown, whatever her name was at the time. I think it was Christy Goodman at the time. She's had several name changes over the years, and they're all just how she chooses to be called. But anyway, I always call her Christy Sexton Goodman Brown because depends on when you knew her. Anyway, she was like, well, you've never run Aussies. Somebody said something about barking dogs, and I was like, oh yeah, we don't allow that here. And she's like, oh, you don't run Aussies? And I'm like, dude, we got like 7 Aussies here right now, right? And anyway, what you want to do with that? They can't bark if they're successful, right? So you make them successful, you slip the problem, slip the problem, slip the problem, until the game is happening. Dog knows all the pieces of the game. Once the dog knows all the pieces of the game and likes to do it, you can then use the game as a motivator to both punish the barking behavior and to reinforce the quiet, right? And so I build the game first, and I slip all of the trouble. King, how did you get off that pedestal? You're like magic. So yeah, definitely working against the ankle biters. Bouviers are friggin' middle of your back biters, dude. They're giant. We had a Bouvier. There was a Bouvier sighting at Camp Gone to the Dogs back in like 2007. April and I, 2008, maybe we taught there. And there were a couple Bouviers that were in the camp, and somebody reported a bear sighting. 2 bears, and it was 2 Bouviers. Super funny. Yeah, they're pretty awesome dogs, and I bet they do heel bite, right? I bet they do heel bite. Yeah, I bet. Yep. All right, so yep, and they all bark. They all bark. It's what they do. All right, so Epi is walking around, pushing King around. It's super funny. So I'm gonna switch this up. I'm gonna get Cupcake on the tetherboard. Or no, I'll put Cupcake in a crate. Cupcake, in and in. Good. So Cupcake, I will leave this she will be able to see. The moment she barks, Epi up, chill. The moment she barks, I'm probably gonna mean dude her and then walk over and cover up her visibility. I use a hood and unhood, call it consequent hooding, for barking and crate barking. It works pretty good. So I'm gonna grab King here. I need some better discs with King. Do I have any? Epi, zip. You know what? I'll do this single disc with King. King. Yes. Good. Good quiet, Epi. And I will good quiet Cupcake. So one thing I haven't done with Cupcake is to pay in the back of the crate. That's pretty nice. So the cookies happen in the back of the crate. Excuse me. Thank you. So same thing with King. Boom. Yes, good man. Come here, King. Dude. Yes, mine. Yes, good man. I'm going to also try this, which I haven't tried. I'm going to try and add some food. Mentioned this before. I don't add food unless I have, get back, unless I have overdrive or no drive. Medium drive, I don't do that. Boom. Yes, good man. Aus, yes. Yes. Aus. Yes. Yeah, and actually I think aus, yes. I'm going to switch to this. Aus, yes. Aus. Aus. Yes. I also have a chill cue, which I'll probably put on him. I probably need another disc for that. Ready? Boom. Yes, good man. Mine? Yes. Good man. I'm trying something here, so I don't normally do this. King. Wait. Boom. Yes, good man. Aus? Yes. Dude, chill. King, chill. Thank you. All right, we're done. Ready? Yes, good man. Mine? Yes. Go to dog stuff. Up, up. King, up, up. Chill. Epi? Yes. Twist. Ah, perfect. Twist. Boom. Yes. Through. Boom. Hoop. Boom. Yes. Dude, you're gonna die. Yeah, that's crazy. Yes, good man. Mine. Ooh. So Byron, I'm gonna try where's the trigger with mine. Epi, mine. Ha ha ha. Yes. Funny. So I'll give the mine cue and I won't give him the hand. And he's gonna be like, where the fuck is the hand, dude? And then I'll give the hand and he'll want to put it in there rather than present them like, I always do mine and then the hand, but it's always mine, hand, right? In that affirmation, right? That affirmation kind of setup. Ready? All right, mine. Yes, go to dog stuff. Wow. Hey, hey. King, dude, you're going to die, man. You're going to get your ass kicked. Don't do that. Super cool. Super, super cool. All right. Oh my gosh, dude. Yeah, you'd get DNR. I don't know what it's called, Department of Natural Resources. Yeah, Epi is going to eat him, dude. It's not going to go well for King. All right, guys. Pretty late. We're a little over. Thanks a bunch, dude. Does anybody have anything before we head out? Before we head out, I'll totally answer anything. I'm ready to roll if you want to. Yeah, not bad, right? Super cool. Let's see, Freestyle Friday. I might change that to Philosophy Friday. Might change it to Philosophy Friday. I have some philosophy stuff I want to talk about. I think this philosophy stuff is super important. I'm just kind of filling time so somebody can ask a question if they want. the philosophy is too simple for us to think about. It's too deep on too simple of things, right? And that's what makes it really hard. It's very similar for us and our dogs, right? Our dogs, they think in a different manner than we do, and it's too simple for us. We've got all these abstractions and all this metaphor and shit that's flying around. I'm doing this shit ton of philosophy. I'm just overdosing on philosophy right now. I've watched probably 120 hours of philosophy in the last month, easy, minimum. There are all these things that are very, very important that we take for granted. I want to lay some of that out. I did it in class the other day. I did it in Tuesday session, Tactics Tuesday. I really laid out some good stuff. I want to work on that. I want to get it down to where I can get it done in a few minutes. So, Philosophy Friday. All right. Yeah, Philosophy Friday. Frisbee Philosophy Friday, something like that. All right, we'll see you, Sage Paw. Thanks a bunch, guys. Julian, I hope that throw works out for you. Come back and see us. Patreon, let me, if you dig this, thank a patron, right? This wouldn't be happening without patrons. Still patrons May. We're almost to May, so we'll get that. We'll get next year. We'll get that done. Patreon.com/pvibe. Hook up with us there. Join us in class. I'm going to play us out with Badass Meme Roll number 4. See you guys soon. King. Come on, get back. King. Yes, good man. Joe. Epi's there. I see you. Oh, yes, Epi. Ep. Yes, good man. Say goodnight, Epi. Say goodnight. Oh, great work. Wow, you guys, super terrific. Don't eat him, Epi. Go do dog stuff. Don't shit on the field, Epi. Super cool. Cupcake, you were quiet. Holy cow, good quiet, Cupcake. Shit, I can't believe I missed that. Good quiet, Cupcake. Super impressed. That'll do, sweetheart. Good quiet. Boop, boop, boop. See you, man. Yeah, we'll get you, Byron. Things work all of a sudden, so we'll be doing it. I'll be getting my shit together on the stream.